Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I just recently finished a running challenge, and the challenge was to run every single day for 30 days, and let me tell you, it was difficult. I did film a video a few years ago talking about some tips for beginner runners, and because I just finished this challenge, I did want to update those tips, and so let's get started. If the goal is to incorporate running into your workout routine, stop thinking about it and just do it. Stop making excuses, because let me tell you, it is actually easier than what you think it is, and you will feel way more accomplished once you get it done. I've used so many excuses like I'm tired, I don't have time, my schedule is jam-packed, the weather is crappy, I have my period, I just don't want to do it. And at the end of all of that, once I have done the run, I think to myself, why did I make my life so much more complicated trying to come up with all these excuses? There are so many benefits to running, such as losing weight, it's great for your muscles, it boosts your metabolism, and most importantly, it's great for your heart. Before you start running, there is a few things that you need to do, and first thing is first, use proper running shoes. Use shoes that are actually meant for running. To get the most out of your runs, replace the insoles that the shoe came with insoles or orthotics that cater to your foot needs. Even though the shoes are meant for running, the insoles are very generic, so replacing them with insoles or orthotics that cater to your needs help with your running stance, and it also prevents soreness and injury. Make sure you stretch and warm up before and after your run. As much as I hate stretching and warming up because I think it's a waste of time, it really isn't. It prevents soreness and injury, so make sure you do a 5-minute full body stretch, and make sure you do some stretches that mimic the motion of running. And before I begin my run, I like to do a 0.5 kilometer walk to warm up my body. So not only should you stretch before your run, but you should also stretch after your run to loosen up those muscles and to help with your mobility. But honestly, we should be stretching every single day. During your run, you need to find a steady pace that works for you. So put your pride aside, start off slow, it's not a race, and eventually your pace will get better. It does take a few runs to find a steady pace that works for you, and once you have found that steady pace, you will notice that you are not huffing and puffing for dear life. It does take a few runs for you to find a pace that works for you, and once you have found that steady pace, you will have your breathing under control, and you will find that you are not huffing and puffing for dear life. To get the most out of your breathing, you want to expand your stomach when you inhale and contract your diaphragm when you exhale. You also need to get your breathing in some sort of rhythm. I find a lot of people use the 2 strides inhale, 2 strides exhale, which is what I use. But of course, find what works for you. Just make sure you have your breathing under control. As a beginner runner, give yourself a duration time and start off small. Maybe start with a 5 to 10 minute run, and every 2 weeks, add on an extra minute or 2. One thing I like to do is track my runs. I use the Nike Run Club for that. It tracks my location, the duration of my run, my pace, where I struggled, the calories burnt, and I like the option of doing an indoor run, which would be a treadmill. You obviously don't have to use a Nike Run Club to track your runs. It's just my preference. There's a lot of apps out there and also technology for you to use to track your runs, and I think it's kind of nice to look back on and see how far you've come. So let's talk post-run. We are done our run. We already know that we have to stretch because it is just as important, and we want to be able to loosen up those muscles and prevent some crazy soreness. But most importantly, we need to listen to our body. You don't need to run every single day. You don't need to challenge yourself to run every single day, but obviously that is an option. And if you do choose to go that route, please run a short distance, because you will end up being hurt for the next few days and throughout the whole entire challenge. Out of 30 days, I did run for only 25 days. I struggled a little bit, but I needed to give my body that break, especially doing 4-kilometer runs. So let's talk post-run. Our run is done. We already know that we need to stretch after our run because we need to loosen up our muscles and we need to prevent extreme soreness. But most importantly, we need to listen to our body. You don't need to run every single day for a straight month the way that I did. I just decided to challenge myself, and if you do choose to run every single day, run short distances. I struggled during the challenge because for some of the days I decided to do some long distance running, and the day after I needed to give myself a break. So whether you decide to do a short distance run or a long distance run, listen to your body. Your body will tell you when you need a break. And when you decide to give yourself a break, don't be a couch potato. Have an active rest day and go for a walk. Your body will actually recover faster when you have an active rest day versus being a couch potato. And lastly, reward yourself with a nutritious meal 2 to 3 hours after your run. Your body will need it. Hopefully you find these tips helpful, and if you did, give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below if you enjoy running or want to incorporate running into your workout routine. And if you guys haven't already subscribed, go do that right now, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!